quick day tomorrow. What's up?
What do you think of Tillman?
Good. Good. Chris was good. It's a good offensive team. A lot of left-hand hitters. Changeup was good for him. He was solid again. What's he got? 6-1? How did Chris Lou do tonight? He had a chance to be 6-0 tonight. Oh, he was good. The carried his stuff the whole outing.
Was it nice to see him not have those first inning hiccups like he's had a number of times?
I don't think they're. I think he's been better than he has been in the past. He's come out a lot crisper this year. I think it's helped him have success, and that's one of the things that he. So I don't. You may have numbers to back up what you're saying, but it seems like he's been crisper in the first couple innings than he has been in the past. I think it's been one of the differences between last year and this year.
I'm sure a lot of factors went in, but it seemed like a good spot to get Zach Britton the 5-out save.
Yeah, he's had 4 days off. I mean, we would have done it last night with 3, but physically he hasn't pitched in 4 days. This would have been 5, so we knew going in the game that he would be available in the 8th inning.
Is it also a situation? I mean, he's arguably your best reliever, and that's. I mean, the game's on the line. You've talked about the closer or winning a game in like the 7th inning or 8th inning or whatever. I mean, does that factor into it as well?
Oh, I've thought about sometimes you see a spot in the 7th inning, but you can't do that every night over 162 games. It'll catch up with you. I think we've got 3 guys with the same number of appearances now, and we got to keep spreading around. But we'll only do that when he's rested. And same way with Darren, and same way with Brad, and all our guys when we go multiple innings with them. We're trying to make sure we have Dylan for long tomorrow because we're back here in about 20 minutes. This is like a split doubleheader. That's pretty good. I don't know. I haven't thought about that before. That's pretty good. It is. It's like a split doubleheader, Rock. You going to sleep here?
Done it before.
It's going to wear that sweater.
Huh? No, it was, you knew they were going to pinch hit there, and you knew a lot of things. Seager's had a little, I thought about bringing him in for Seager, but I was trying to see if I could get, one more out, so I couldn't. Seager's hit him a little bit, too.
But every time we've talked in here about Matt, we're talking about his progress, throwing, how many games he can play in a row. Is there also a progression going on with him swinging the bat too? He's finally getting into a routine. Yeah, he's got he's in a routine, and we tell he and Caleb usually before every series what we're thinking about playing time, and Matt has a lot of input on it. And he's agreed to everything that John and I and Richie to some extent talked about, but it's not a physical thing anymore for the most part. We're still aware of it and cautious with it, but we work off of what he's telling us because he wants to be around all year. We think at some point that it won't be a part of the conversation, but we're trying to be smart in April and May. But he also looked like, before the injury, that period of hitting was when he really started to look like the guy that everybody thought he would be hitting. And do you see him?
Are you talking about last year or are you talking about in spring?
I'm talking about last year. Yeah. Last year, with first a month or so.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. I was looking some stuff in bios and stuff. It's very easy to forget. This guy 20+ home runs and capable of hitting 270, 280, and driving in big runs and being a solid defensive catcher. That's why he's been to All-Star games and why his services are coveted because he brings a lot to the table. And we get that part of it going. I think tonight was a little reminder. Really, the last couple of games, what he can do on both sides of the ball.
Trumbo and Weeders back-to-back tonight had a big game. I mean, what kind of challenges that pose for opposing pitchers? I mean, anywhere in that lineup.
Well, it does, but it's when pitcher's on top of the game, it doesn't pose near as much challenge. And one thing, a guy like Trum hitting a curveball, I think he only threw one more the rest of the night. It kind of. When that happens, a good swing, it kind of takes that out of play when you're trying to decide. He threw a lot of cutters. I mean, I bet he was 50%. And, Adam squared up a fastball the guy made a good play on. And then, Matt hit a fastball. He's trying to go away and jerk back in. So, it's just the contact with our guys has a chance to leave the park. And, that's always a good thing. But pitchers are pitching well and putting the ball where they need to be. It's it's still a challenge for us, just like every other team.
Sure how much this comes into play because he pitched last night, but when you have a guy like Mattis that's struggling, does that change? And there's no other lefty in the bullpen but Zach. Does that change how you would use him?
A little bit. Brad's like having a left-hand pitcher. You know, he can defend himself and do well against left-handers. So we feel confident there, and so can Darren, so can some other guys. But you know, until Brian gets it going, I don't think it would have changed tonight, but it does affect some games at times. You know, because the high leverage, whatever they call it, they have a saying for it, is a high leverage, high pressure. You know, you're trying to let Brian kind of work his way back into that role if you can, but sometimes the game doesn't let you. Sometimes the game doesn't let you. Okay.